long have I waited?
Nothing can prepare you for the end. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grand. You're watching Sub. Every nerd is channel where I get my nerd views. On today's nerd news, I also do movie reviews. And today's movie review we're doing is dum 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 dum. I'm sorry. It is Episode 9, Skywalker, Rise of Skywalker. You know, Star Wars, Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. Sorry, I just got out of seeing the movie. It's like probably like 2 something in the morning. I'm trying to do this review for you guys, just to give you a quick thing, my review of it. Now, if you guys never seen any of my reviews, I usually just give you a quick rundown of what it's about. I give you my likes, dislikes, and then at the end of the review, I give you a grade. Now, I'm just going to tell you that I liked this movie. Not to say that this movie was perfect by no means, but I liked it. But I especially liked it better than Last Jedi. Now, I'm just gonna say right here, this movie, going into it, I heard a lot of stuff. I heard a lot of things about this movie right here, and it wasn't seeming too good because there was people talking about walking out of screenings, which that doesn't really happen, especially if it's for the special people that get to go into screenings. You don't just walk out of those things, you don't. But this movie, if you don't know, it's the final one of, like, I don't even know, it's not a trilogy, this is a trilogy on its own, but it's pretty much a conclusion of all 9 of these movies, right? The Skywalker, the group of them. Now, this movie is following Rey after what happened with Last Jedi, where Rey, of course, you see Princess Leia still in there. You see Poe, Finn, Rose, and the rest of them, and basically they took down Rey. Kylo Ren took over the Empire, the First Order. That's what they call themselves, and you're just trying to follow like what's gonna go on. Now, I'm gonna give my hand to J.J. Abrams, because taking on this was a big thing, because not only is he taking over after a very divisive movie, Last Jedi, but he's trying to conclude this and trying to keep everybody happy. And it shows, because it was like someone that doesn't know what side to be on, because he was trying to do all the stuff. He's trying to, do the stuff and continue things that were brought in from Last Jedi for the fans of Last Jedi, but at the same time retconning and fixing issues people had with The Last Jedi. And I found that wasn't so much the problem. It was the pacing and just the story, as far as like it felt like everything was like MacGuffin. The MacGuffin was the whatever triangle thing that they could find where Palpatine is keeping the new like fleet of starships or whatever, right? Now, at the same time, you got Ren still trying to get in contact with Rey, and they're trying to do this thing, which you saw a little connection, which everybody was hoping for a connection with Finn and Rey. Sorry to tell you that ain't happening, but after Last Jedi, where they just threw in the Asian chick Rose as his love interest, I didn't really feel that with them. It felt a little forced on that. But at the same time, that was one of the course corrections. I'm not gonna give a spoiler, because if you want, I'll give a full spoiler video of all that. But there was a lot of issues that people had that I felt that he did take care of that, and I liked it, because like I said, I had a lot of issues with it. But at the same time, the story, the way that things work, is like, oh, you have to do this to do that, you have to do this to do that. And him continuing with some of these force powers, sure, they introduced more new force powers where you're like, really? You guys can really do that now? But at the same time, continue some stuff that I just was like, one of the force powers that they bring on, just, if you've seen The Last Jedi, is somehow you guys can force talk through space and time in a way, and somehow touch one another. And it's like, wow, you're really leaning into that. Like, I thought it was just something like, okay, there was moisture, water, but no, they really lean into that. Like, where after Luke does a whole thing at the end of Last Jedi, which was like freaking crazy. Like, I don't know if I liked it or not. Like, I would have preferred him to be there and really start taking down some ships, like Force Unleashed, you know, type of just going ham on them. But instead, he was able to go there projecting stuff, but except he didn't touch anything. So for them to now lean far into that whole thing where you can touch, it wasn't he wasn't satisfying me. And I guess maybe the Last Jedi people were getting satisfied, but I think this movie is not getting liked by a lot of people because they don't feel like it was made for them solely. And it was a hard thing for J.J. Abrams to try and do. I give him props for trying it, but he did not succeed in that aspect that much because it felt like a lot of exposition just crammed in here to make everybody happy and to explain everything, which I don't mind some explanation, but it's like, oh, this goes here. And then one of the major things I had a problem with is predictability. I literally was calling out what was going to happen like half an hour before things were going to happen. I'm like, okay, let me see, that's going to happen. I was holding back because there was a guy next to me. I didn't know him. I didn't want to ruin the movie for him, but very predictable. Very, very predictable. Like so predictable. And then homages. They're doing things and showing things that from all these other movies, which I understand this is the conclusion and everything, and that's what you do with a conclusion. It's like one of those episodes when you're watching a show, they have a flashback of all the things. They do that in anime. They do it in a lot of things. But for some reason in this movie, it was like, I don't know, felt a little forced. Then, like I said, the ending was just like, it was like, let's just go ham, because, you know, Star Wars is known for, like, amazing fights with starships, but they didn't feel like it had dramaticness to, like, it felt like it was just a bunch of explosions, like what they call visual noise. It's just a lot of things happening that don't really matter. Then the sword fights, I've seen better sword fights on YouTube with non-Star Wars people. I mean, there were Star Wars people, but you know, they have this thing in New York where everyone gets a Star Wars lightsaber and they can go fight each other. But the lightsaber fighting was not up to par. I've seen, like, I'm sorry, but like Phantom Menace, like it was better lightsaber battles. Like the prequels had better lightsaber battles than what was in this, you know. And what they showed in the trailers, like, I'm sorry, this movie did not make me feel so excited. There were moments where I felt chills, like when you saw the whole Starfleet, and then John Williams, his score is really what gives you those chills. He does such an amazing job in this, and this is his final one, so he knocks it out the park with that. But I'm sorry, this movie, it isn't for everyone. I liked it, so if you guys want to grade for me, I'm going to give this movie a C+. A C+ because I like the effort. I like the fact that he did retcon some things. I'm one of the people that I enjoyed the retcon, but as far as the way he, you know, progressed with the story, some of the relationships, like I said, oh my god, they did not, like, some of the things that didn't work in Last Jedi was his forced relationship with him and Rose. They don't pay attention to that, really. That's like side thing. Like, it seems like they're even friends now, just friends. I don't see any like left connections, which, like I said, I didn't like that. Seemed forced, so I'm glad they left it out. But a lot of things that they just lean forward, like, you know, after the whole Princess Leia flying through space like the witch, whatever, and surviving that, anything's possible. And I sort of blame Rian Johnson for that because he's the one that started this whole craziness of, oh, any powers can happen now, you know? So, you know, J.J. Abrams trying to continue this and, you know, keep his fans happy, that just didn't work for me. So, but at the same time, I liked him retconning some of the storylines. So, like I said, C+ for me, that's it. I would still recommend this movie for you guys if you guys like Force Awakens, if you sort of like, you know, Last Jedi, if you didn't like Last Jedi, this sort of kind of fixes that for you. So I'd say still watch it. I still enjoyed it for the most part. I just thought it could have done a lot better. And for the conclusion of 9 movies, it wasn't up to par as you would want it to be. But that being said, thank you for watching the video. Comment down below. Remember to, you know, like and you know, talk to me about what you felt with this movie. Tell me which ones are your favorite movie of all 9 of them, you know? So remember to subscribe. Remember to check out my last movie review. Check out my playlist of movie reviews. And remember, I'm Wes Grant. You've been watching Sub Urban Nerd, and you just been notified. Catch you guys on the next review.